You're freaking serious, Sniper.
Oh, Heavy does not like the sound of that.
It's nothing like the series before. Heavy, you freaking scared me.
You better have good reason to be screaming nonsense.
Well, me and Sniper were talking about what are our favorite horror games, and it was going great until he's mentioned that his favorite game was FNAF 2.
There's nothing wrong with that, mate. I think that the larger cast of characters creates more of a challenge.
Yeah, too much. I die so many times it doesn't feel scary and more freaking frustrating. That's not how you do a horror game, Sniper.
Baby man, calm down. It is just game.
Righto, mate. It's just a game.
Phew, sorry guys. Just remembering the game brought a lot of repressed memories.
So what's Baby man's favorite game?
Obviously, it's the original. The setting, the animatronics and mechanics makes the game feel more put together. It had good synergy with the office room and cameras. The original characters of FNAF was way scarier than those toy pieces of crap. The withered animatronics are the only scary part of the game. And to be honest, Sniper, who even remembers Balloon Boy?
Quit speaking rubbish. The puppet was a great addition, in both the gameplay and the lore. I can't tell you how many close calls I had with the music box because I was stuck with my mask on. Really gets the heart pumping.
Heavy thinks those are good points.
Yeah, whatever. Even with that, the original is still the best. The sequel never beats the first one anyway.
How about the trilogy?
What's with you guys and sneaking up on us?
What are you doing here, Snake?
Why I'm here, Bushman was being led to believe I was spectating a brawl. But that it turns out evolved into something far more interesting I couldn't be left out of.
Spice said the third game is better than first.
You care to explain, Snake?
Five Nights at Freddy's 3 is what I consider a massive upgrade to FNAF 1. From its more advanced gameplay, terrifying animatronics, and far better lore.
It only has one freaking animatronic that kills you while the rest is fun. How the heck is this an update to the original?
The phantoms are meant to be clever distractions that disorients you and causes you to panic and mess up in dealing with the real threat. As for Springtrap, well, he is the only one that can harm you. There's multiple ways to get into the office through vent, so the hole makes up for it. And along with the reboot system, each move must be meticulously calculated like a chess of predator and prey. But the reason this game is so great is that you fight against the very killer who started everything. His appearance is the most disturbing in all the series. A rotten corpse merged trapped in a bunny husk. Lifeless gray eyes trained on murder. Definitely my favorite character.
So cool, Spy. Too bad he's just gonna end up being a Jimmy clone down the road.
Ah, well.
Whatever happened to him after 3 is no concern to me as he is my favorite.
What's this ruckus?
Hello, rest of team.
I heard screaming. I thought somebody was feebly injured, so I brought Mimic and the rest of the team. Hello, friends. Does some of you need your liver replaced?
No thank you, doctor.
The only squawking here was Scouts, but I see where you're coming from.
Screw you, Sniper! I don't sound like a child!
Well, I want to know what's everyone yammering about.
Baby man thinks FNAF is the best.
It's true. Everything after the original was a waste of time.
Now hold on there, son. Are you really saying that in ignoring sister location?
That's not even a real FNAF game. None of the knights in SL are the same, so when you finally learn how it works, the knowledge is useless later on. And the only knight that's similar to the original games is the 5th, in a freaking secret ending.
I actually have to agree with Scout for once. The previous FNAF series prided itself on a repetitive but increasingly more harder resource management survival horror. All that improving to the central mechanics only to be thrown out in the 5th installment.
Well, it's true that Sister Location isn't like the ones before, but the story-driven plot and the new addition of voice actors for characters sure makes up for it. The personalities of the fun Tom animatronics helps elevate along with their appearances to their creepiness.
Like anyone remembers the voice actors' names other than Kellen Goff?
Doctor!
Oh, sorry, my friend. Couldn't help myself.
Oh, please, you only like Sister Location because it's all futuristic and shiny.
How dare you, boy! I know about machinery.
But isn't that kind of your job?
No, shut up! Even though their design is one of the most scariest in the series. The reason why it's my favorite is because of the story. The air of mystery surrounding Baby as you piece together her origins throughout the game, only to be end in tragedy after you get scooped and worn as a soup by the newly constructed Innard. The mini-game involving Elizabeth and the ending is what I consider top-notch in the series. Besides, you boys can get your share in Sister Location's custom night.
Yeah, sure.
Their designs are horrifying.
Enough! I think it's high time I get to talk about my favorite game. FNAF World.
Wait, what? You bloody serious?
I thought this conversation couldn't get any dumber, but here we are.
This is literal cancer in my ears.
I thought you were smarter than this demo. Why the hell would you like the worst game in the series?
Maybe I should let you off the alcohol demo.
Oh, it's Pyro's favorite, too.
Demo man, the game was so janky that the creator had to publicly apologize and re-release it for free.
Yes, that is true, engineer. But let me tell you this, what is better than being against killer animatronics? Controlling killer animatronics to horribly maim your enemies. As a demolition expert, I do love myself some guided destruction. I love all the cutesy designs on the wonderful FNAF characters and enemies. They have the old Cawthon charm that predated Five Nights at Freddy's.
The game's not even scary.
Yeah, even in the scary parts, it didn't even bring a tingle to the back of me spine.
How can you love a game that fails both as a RPG and a horror?
Lad, I've spent my life fighting monsters that lurk in the shadows that caused others madness watching. Things that both defy death and logic. Hell, I lost me eye to talking book in a wizard's library. I became so desensitized that horror games don't scare me anymore. FNAF World is the only game in the series that makes me feel enjoyment.
Honestly, Heavy respects your reason.
Demo Man, you are my best friend, but you can't gloss over the masterpiece that is FNAF 1.
Finally, someone in a team with actual taste.
Why is FNAF Soldier's favorite?
Because the game was modeled by true American culture. The environment you take place in have references to America's famous mascots throughout history, modeled after gold mines of children's childhoods. None of the games after fill me with the patriotic spirit like the first has.
By patriotic spirit, you mean souls of dead children, right?
Heavy thinks it's time to end this and go back to
Well, I'm
work.
just glad I am not the only sensible one here.
How could you say sensible and not have FNAF 4 as your favorite?
Freaking 4!
That could compare.
Sorry, medic, but the game's essentially a traumatized kid with a lobotomy. The design of the nightmare animatronics try way too hard to be scary.
But the gameplay, this is where FNAF picked in terms of design. The nightmares fit in this game like a glove. And the Bite of 83 is probably the most memorable mini-game in the series. And to give you the truth, I use the game as research for psychological trauma in children and teens.
But wasn't the game made by an adult?
Yes, but adults are just grown-up babies. Just ask Scout.
Oh, you think you're funny? How about I give you a freaking lobotomy?
Pipe down, lad.
You can't take a joke, can you?
Is team finally ready to go back to...
Wait, fat man. I don't think I caught what's your favorite in the series.
Why bother? His favorite is probably like FNAF World since he likes Demo's opinion.
FNAF World is underrated,
please.
you daft twat.
You better like the first. All the other games were ruined by that Britt William Afton.
Now hold on, fellas. Let the big man speak before you all snap at each other like crocs in a kiddie pool.
Heavy, what is your favorite FNAF game?
Heavy's favorite is Five Nights at Freddy's Pizzeria Simulator.
You mean the game that had the ending that didn't do jack squat?
The simulant part of the game is addicting but isn't as fun as FNAF World.
Bah, but Heavy still finds game very enjoyable the rest of the series. The setting is very fitting.
The setting is ludicrous.
Have you forgotten what they did to some of the animatronics?
That is not perfect game, but Heavy does not look for perfection. Only passion. Pizzeria Simulator is final game in the series. Scott has put everything that he had learned over the years as video game developer into this, and it shows. Scott has implemented the mechanics of every FNAF before wonderfully and created more. His humor is at its best. And story. Even though it didn't amount to anything later down the road, Heavy still loves the narrative. The ending was beautiful in Heavy's eyes first watching. Every tragedy that coming together led to rest. One last party, one last gift. This speech is one of my favorite quotes that highlights Scott's creativity of the game. The animatronics have wild designs that make them stand out from each other, even if some of them isn't great. Again, it has many problems, but Harry still loves it regardless.
Well, I do love making my pizzeria the most American place ever in the Tycoon section.
Yes, the building in the game is very fun.
I suppose the humor is delightfully clever.
You know, maybe your opinions aren't as bad as I thought. Even Demo Man's.
Cheers, lad. And maybe I'll consider replaying the other games.
I'm just curious on why nobody mentioned how Wounded or Security Breach.
Heavy does not consider them to be main series.
Agreed, my friend.
Heavy has FNAF's special delivery on fun. Does team wish to play?
Excellent! Today is a good day.
Go at it!